Hello there, I'm Jack Murphy filling in for Greg Everett again today on All American People. Today we sit down here along the banks of the Waccamaw River and talk school with a guy who was in school not too long ago, and now he's instrumental in some of the decisions that are charting the path of the educational foundation for Conway High School. We'll meet that gentleman next on All American People. Hello there, welcome to another edition of All American People. I'm Jack Murphy filling in for Greg Everett. You've been on Greg's show before, Brendan?
I have, actually.
And I know you've been on mine many times.
Yes,
you do a lot of TV stuff, don't you?
I just get called in, I guess, a couple times.
I know how that can be, friend.
Yes.
The phone rings and sometimes you wish you didn't answer it.
Well,
but here we both are.
Caller ID, nobody uses it.
Oh, yeah, I do. I do.
Okay.
The bill collectors are on vibrate right now. What a strange time. I mean, do you look back when you were in school? You know, and it wasn't that long ago, 10 years ago.
No, actually.
How the economy has changed. The world's changed in your 10 years.
Big time in 10 years. Like you're saying, we're having our senior reunion this year, and I was senior class president for Conway High School in 2001. And,
do you say that everywhere you go?
No.
Yeah, okay. That's pretty awesome.
No, I was. We had a really close-knit family at Conway then. Still do now. We with the way things are going with new technology and everything else with Facebook and everything.
Sure. Yeah.
We had 135 members join the group within a week. So we've got a pretty strong class. I'm hoping to have at least 200 people show up to our reunion this summer.
Not too shabby. Now, how many was in your graduating class?
I believe around 375.
Okay.
So, but we'll see. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody again, and right now we're in the midst of planning everything, so having all that fun too.
Well, you had to have a love of politics. Did you run for class office all 4 years of high school? Or?
No. Only office I ran for in high school was senior class president. That was it. What
got you into that?
I don't know. One day I decided that I wanted to be more involved, and I think it really stemmed from being accepted to go to Palmetto Boys State from junior year into senior year. I really enjoyed that time. When I was at Palmetto Boys State, I ran for governor at Palmetto Boys State and was unsuccessful there. I was a few votes shy of doing that, so they made me the chief appellate court judge of Palmetto Boys State. So, you know,
you just make
it was
up
just
titles
fun
as you go along.
Yeah, it was just fun.
Chief appellate judge.
Chief appellate judge. So, appellate court of appeals. So, anyways, we had a great time down there, and I decided I really wanted to do more. So, I ran for senior class president and got elected to that, and then after that, going on into college at 20, last time we talked, I was running for county council for Horry.
Right.
So a lot of different things have happened over the 10 years of being out of school.
Do you remember your platform you ran on? I mean, senior class, I can't even remember.
I can't either. I think it was mainly let's plan a cruise. I think that was everybody's idea back then.
Really?
The most important thing. Yeah.
So the senior class went on a cruise?
Yeah.
A
back
real
then
cruise?
They did. Yeah, real cruise. Real cruise.
A real one?
Real one. Yeah, we went down to Mexico and everything.
Get out of here.
Get out. I'm telling you.
Wow. Huh. We didn't do anything like that where I grew up. Yeah. Huh. Nothing like that at all.
Yeah, that was a highlight for all the seniors that year, was doing the cruise. So I had to plan that and get everything set up. But we had a great time. Actually, a lot of them wanting to go on another one for 10 years. And
we got responsibilities now. We got family. We got jobs.
All these things that keep us, you know, that we didn't even have a clue about back then. So.
Yeah. Well, at least you've got all of that to worry about. It's a crazy world. I mean, coming out, you know, the job market was still flourishing when you got out of college. I mean, you know, the economy was still relatively booming. The last few years, though,
it did. It's been rough. I mean, I came out actually my freshman year in college 9/11 happened. So that was kind of rough, with the economy and everything else.
Sure.
Then we started booming back
Yeah,
again.
had a little hiccup there.
And then most recently, like you said, I mean, it's getting tough. I actually work for Kahn Construction here locally, and we've done projects here locally, like the Conway Medical Center bed tower addition, the admin annex at Conway Medical Center, the boardwalk down at the beach. We built that, and right now my construction management division is doing the airport work, we're seeing some pickup in public and in educational, but private right now is just really not where it used to be.
Sure.
To say the least. So.
Yeah. Still optimistic though?
Yes, yes. We're seeing some pickup. If we can continue to show our clients how well of a job we can do, and we can continue to show how much of a benefit us being a part of their team might be, I think we'll be fine. And as soon as more funds get pushed back into the private sector for people to expand their businesses and
Sure.
Acquire land and do different things, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, that the whole thing as a business owner. I mean, you sit there and you bang your head and you go, 3 months after really saying, we need some money to expand. You can't get it. I mean, regardless of how high your credit score is, it's tough to get money.
You have to have a lot of capital up front.
Yeah.
And then at that point in time, they're going, why are we even messing with going to the banks? And so, but for the cost benefit, it's right now it's not there. So hopefully soon. We're hoping everything will turn around.
Sure. Well, it's neat that you guys have, especially in your industry, that you've had so many projects here in your own backyard.
You guys
have really been blessed.
Very, very blessed. And I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were mentioning that, being able to keep our guys going. I believe right now we have around 30 employees here locally. But to keep our guys going and keep their families fed, we're just very blessed.
Yeah. You start looking at that. You guys have 30 families here, and we're all kind of connected, and in some way or form, my business is impacted by those 30 folks. I hope we have some signs of recovery, and that puts a challenge on you serving on a board of a foundation, because money's got to come from somewhere, and it seems that if you have it, I don't know.
Right now, as far as the foundation goes and our fundraising efforts, in years past, we've been able to, one of our programs is teacher incentives. So the teachers at Conway High School, we will provide money for books, batteries, software, things for their classroom that they can utilize in their teaching, the ROTC, we help them out with money for trips, different things like that.
Okay.
In years past, we've been able to allot $10,000 to $12,000 a year to them. This past year, we were at $6,500.
Okay.
So that tells you kind of how the economy's going, and one of the main reasons that we're having the event that we're having tonight, the banquet in Conway, is for that reason, for that purpose. So if we can, I've told my board that I really wish that we could fundraise around $10,000 a year so that we can meet the needs of the teachers at Conway High School and the students, and be there to be, to help them, because the more we can help the teachers, the better it is for our kids.
Sure. Is there a process that the teachers go through? I mean,
yes, they send in requests to Debbie Johnson, our secretary. She's actually a teacher at Conway High School, and then we have a committee that meets, reviews those, and decides how much to allot to each one. And from that decision, we write a check back to Conway High School, and Conway High School gets those back out to the teachers.
Turnaround time good, or you guys keep it in committee too long?
No, turnaround time. Turnaround time is sitting at Miss Stalvey's house, Mary Ann Stalvey's house, for about an hour, and figuring things out, and turning right back around, writing a check back to the school very shortly after that. So we're a very flat structure.
Okay.
in regards to an organization. I think I was mentioning to you a little bit earlier. Our operating expenses are around like $94 a year.
How do you do that?
Well,
and do you offer consulting services? I'm out $94 before I finish my first cup of coffee.
We've been very, very fortunate by being able to have sponsors that have been able to pick up a lot of the different costs that we have with putting on events like this.
Sure.
Mainly Secretary of State, $50 a year to keep our registration up as a charitable organization.
Right.
Because all the money that is contributed to our organization is tax deductible, and $44 for a P.O. box. So, been very, very fortunate. So, we hope to continue that because every penny that we get in, we really want to get back out to the teachers and the kids.
Yeah.
So, we've been successful.
Well, were you approached or were you coerced, or did someone twist your arm? Did you lose a bet? How'd you get involved?
No, they looked at me and they said, "You're the youngest guy on the board," and they said, "You're going to go get your MBA right now, and how would you like to do this?" And I thought about it, and I said, "Well, I've got one or two other things that I'm doing right now, but it's time for me to do more for my community," and so I stepped up.
Sure. You remember that first time you were asked to be on the board? I mean, how did that all come about?
Charles Jordan actually recommended to the board for me to be appointed, and they voted and decided to offer me an invitation to be on the board. Mr. Jordan has been a mentor of mine for years.
Sure.
And he was actually the best man at my wedding. And I really value his friendship and the a lot of the knowledge that he's provided me over the years. But that's where all that came from, and I've enjoyed it ever since. I mean, just to see the things that we can do for the teachers when we give them out the incentives,
right,
and the kids when we give them the scholarships. It pays for every hour it takes to do whatever we need to do.
Sure.
So,
pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Because you can see that, it's
making a difference.
Making a difference. Yeah.
Making a difference, and it's making it quick. So that's the thing. I've been involved in a lot of different organizations over the years, and like you said, it takes time for different things. But with us, I mean, really, as long as we have a quorum and the board feels strongly about it, we have a very close board where we do a lot of things through email. We do a lot of things, over the phone. We meet when we need to meet, and I've just been very happy to be a part of the organization.
You seeing the virtues of foundations? You think more schools probably need to do it?
Yes. Right now, with the considerable budget cuts that we're all having to go through in regards to the school districts and in the state, the foundations provide a way for these schools to offset some of those costs. I feel that we all would rather there be more teachers, more qualified teachers in the classrooms, and more teachers in the classrooms for our students, rather than giving that up where we can bear the brunt of some of the costs in regards to, like I said, the normal everyday things that need to be bought for the classroom, the batteries, the books, the whatever. So, even though it's a small part that we do, like I said, 10,000 in years past, but 6,500 here recently, that's $6,500 that they didn't have before. So,
well, politics.
Yes.
Kind of an interest of yours. I mean, your range still follows, still have a passion maybe to down the road?
One day.
One day?
Right now I'm just focused on finishing up my MBA, which I graduate in May. Working as hard as I can for MBCom, because in this economy we're working more hours to find the little that's out there.
Right.
And one day, if I'm going to pray about it, and whenever it's the right time, I'll jump back in the ring.
Your experiences there kind of mold you, bring something to the table on the foundation, and then maybe later on down the road?
I think that when I do decide to run again, whenever that might be, nobody will be able to step up and say that I don't value my community, I don't believe in my community, and that I haven't been involved in my community, which I think that any elected official should do those things.